Oh, what's up everybody? Dr. McKay here and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to another live Lego build for you all today. We are going to be building the new, small, obviously, Lego Venator class attack cruiser from the new Star Wars set. So this build is only, what, 700 pieces? 643 pieces, so it's going to be a lot shorter than the Enterprise build, but I thought, do you know what, we'll do another live Lego build for you all, so you can ask me questions and just chat with me in the comment section. So we're just going to dive straight into it. Just feel free to chat along the way, and we're going to be turning this into another time-lapse video once it's done. So here's the box, and I've kind of already opened it. It's about 30 centimeters long, so it's not bad size for a display model. So we're just gonna, like I said, jump right in and build it, and welcome everyone to the stream. So, how was everybody's Christmas and New Year been? We all had a good Christmas and New Year. Let's put that over there. Find the book. Small book. There's the book. Hey, what up, Dragon? How's it going? Yeah, it's going all right. Got my last Christmas present. This is my last Christmas present that took a while to come because it didn't get released until the 1st of January. So I had it on pre-order for it to be shipped on the 1st, but it took a while. Got a nice little bit of information here. It's like the workhorse of the Republic fleet. Debuting in the Revenge of the Sith, these Venator-class attack cruisers became a recurring presence in the Clone Wars 2003 and Star Wars The Clone Wars 2008 to 2020 and beyond, and one of the most legendary starships of the Galactic Republic. It's also an intricate and interesting model to recreate in Lego, and it's my favourite ship in Star Wars. It literally goes Venator, then the Ghost, and then Millennium Falcon, in that order. You didn't even get coal for Christmas. You have to try harder to be naughty this year then, don't you? Alright, put the bags out. So we got 2, 5, 3, and 1. So we got 5 bags in this build. And we got a small little book. Adjust my mic. So did you have a good Christmas and New Year then, Dragon? Ooh. Oh, we got a little bit of history for the Venator here as well. I love the little details they put in these books. So it says the origin of Imperial might. The Venator class attack cruiser, originally built by Kuat Drive Yards as a Jedi cruiser, was a powerhouse of Republic naval engineering, measuring 1,137 meters long and 548 meters wide and 268 meters in height. It could support 7,400 crew with 2,000 troops and store 7,000 tons of cargo, with 2 years of provisions. Designed for versatility, it features dual bridges, the starboard for command and the port for starfighter operations, with capacity for over 400 starfighters. The Venator class served as both battleship and carrier. Its massive scale and hybrid capabilities made it essential in large-scale operations after the Republic's fall. No, there's a full stop there. After the Republic's fall, it was repurposed into the Imperial fleet. Its legacy echoed into the design of future Imperial-class Star Destroyers. I like that. Gotta love the information in this. Alright, so let's get down to building, guys, and feel free to ask me questions in the chat and just have a nice chat. Let's grab the little acclimator I got here as well. Whoa. Got a little fleet going on here. Thing as well, you can actually get home one of this scale. You can get a Star Destroyer, the Providence class droid capital ship, and I think there's one more you can get. Oh, Carillion Corvette you can get as well. But I think the Carillion Corvette's like a bigger model. Yeah, it's not 2 scale. It's like a bigger model. Yeah. 4 had the biggest crowds, but 5 and 6 were extremely big too. I could just like it's. I've seen videos of opening night of Star Wars, like just Star Wars. It wasn't even episode 4. Just Star Wars, and the crowds were insane. I just can't imagine a world that doesn't have Star Wars, you know? Because before that film, Star Wars didn't exist, and then the film come out, and then we had Star Wars. So it's one of those things. It's hard to imagine because it's been in my life for my entire life, you know. Well, so what do you think, then, guys? Of not this one, move this one out. Of the Venator, I quite like it. Yeah, it was newly released on the 1st of 2026 on January 1st. Yeah, I pre-ordered mine because it's my favorite ship. Now I do want the UCS one, but that one's like bigger than my desk, and I would have nowhere to put it. So, you know, I have to settle for the smaller one. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting the other sizes of this type of ship's display models. Yeah, but for now, yeah. Also, to answer your question earlier about what my next like video would be for the channel, yeah, I do have a list of topics that I think of or people suggest, and like with the way my brain works, I have to kind of be, how can I put it? It's not like in the mood for it, but it's like I have to be inspired to do it. You know what I mean? So like I look at a topic, I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Or like, well, that's interesting. I might dive into that, and then I'll then research it, and then I'll then start the process of doing a video. And generally, it's normally like a day or two before I actually decide on the video that I decide on the video. You know, so let's say a video comes out on a Friday, it'll be on the Saturday where I've decided on the video topic, and then Monday I'll write the script after researching it on the Sunday. And then Monday's script, Tuesday is recording the script and making sure it's right. And then Wednesday, Thursday's editing, and for Friday release. So it's a complicated process of mine. I gotta kind of be in the headspace, and I got like ADHD and like other things that keep me distracted. So I have to focus real hard on the content. Yeah. But if you guys have any video requests, or you want to dive down a rabbit hole of something particular, like the reason why I did Stargate's hyperdrive versus Star Trek's warp drive in my latest video is because that has been a massive topic I was having a conversation with. I was like, Joe, it's in my brain. I want to do a video on it. Yeah. And it was actually a very interesting kind of topic, learning and doing the math equations for Stargate, because we have no Stargate information, is pretty fun. Yeah. Let me just chuck the Daedalus here. Joe, to be fairly honest, looking at the size of it, if the Daedalus is about 700 meters long, and the Venator is what did it say was 1,300 meters? It says in the book. Yeah. Now 1,137 meters. Yeah. Given the scale of that, I could probably see that being the right size. Doesn't seem right, because the Daedalus has such a small crew complement. Yeah. What do you guys think of the scale here. Yeah, Daedalus' on-screen CGI scale is about 700 meters. The Venator's 1137. So roughly, it's about the right size next to it. Yeah, giving us like an extra 600 off, maybe a little smaller. It seems small. I thought the Venator would be bigger. Yeah. Which of the Star Wars Gate and Trek have the most powerful ships? Okay. Well, the fastest ships are Stargate by far. Yeah, maybe Star Wars's like hyperdrives in like the Millennium Falcon. They're pretty quick, but not as fast as Stargate. So Stargate have the fastest ships. In terms of firepower, I want to say an Asgard plasma beam is powerful than a phaser, but like phasers can be attuned to different power ranges, and you got photon torpedoes, quantum torpedoes, cobalt devices, and like all the Star Trek weapons. So I kind of want to say the Asgard beams are probably like the only thing that can come close to Star Trek's weapons. But Star Trek probably has the better weapons. Star Wars is just like lasers and lightsabers and missiles and photon. Is it photon torpedoes? Photonic torpedoes? No, photonic is. Is it photon? My brain's now getting confused. Yeah, they have like energy torpedoes as well. Yeah, it's a tough one. So Stargate's definitely for speed. And I want to say Asgard shields are better than Star Wars shields and Star Trek shields. Yeah, weapons in Star Wars they're just lasers. So, unless you include in the Death Star, weapons definitely go to Star Trek with the Asgard beams being somewhat, I never liked phasers. They were slow firing for warfare. Yeah, but they were very precise. We'll have to give Star Trek's weapons the fact that they were precise. They're not just like you shoot and you might miss. Phaser hit the target. Proton, that's it, proton. So you have proton torpedoes. But like it's a tough one. I don't really like to compare. Like I said in my hyperdrive video, this is not a contest. And it's not who's got the better ship. But like it's fun to make that comparison and go, oh yeah. Star Wars might have the weakest ships but the best super weapons. Agreed. The Death Star and Star Killer Base, even though that's episode 7, like Star Killer Base uses the entire power of a star to destroy a star system. So I've not seen anything that could do that in any sci-fi. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's speed and shields for Stargate, weapons for Star Trek, and maybe a bit of technology that's more superior to that of the others. And then obviously Star Wars is probably at the lower level, minus super weapons, because they use standard lasers and they broadside shot. They broadside fight. They don't fight from a large distance, so you have to get neck and neck. And they're very heavy on starfighters. Space is huge. Just fire a missile, like 1,000,000 kilometers away, and you can hit your target. You don't have to get like neck and neck. But it looks good, and the fact that George Lucas did World War II kind of footage for inspiration of Star Wars is why we have dogfights. But we don't really need a dogfight in space. If you just look at the Expanse, you can shoot a missile from behind an asteroid millions of kilometers away, out of sight, out of range of the enemy's visual scopes, and still hit your target. It just looks cool in Star Wars. Yeah, and obviously Stargate uses railguns, which is terrible. Uh, so we get to Asgard, plasma beams, and like the Wraith's plasma, plasma cannon bolts. The ancients' drones. Now they're some pretty powerful weapons. Yeah, I think the drones are probably the most powerful as projectile weapons we've seen in sci-fi. Mm. Yes. Yeah, the Starforge dragon was just a manufacturing plant, weren't it? I don't think it was a super weapon, it was a super facility, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, because that's why the Sith in the Old Republic had a massive fleet, didn't they? They used the Starforge, if I remember rightly. Ships are better than super weapons. Yeah, I kind of agree. A super weapon, as like would you say cool? Yeah, but super weapons are cool to have if you're an evil empire, yeah, or as a deterrent for an invasion, I'd say. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why the Empire lost against the Rebel Alliance, because they mass produced ships like TIE fighters, on mass, over making them quality. Whereas like Thrawn wanted to do the TIE Defender, which had shields and a hyperdrive, which would have been like an equal opponent for an X-wing. But because the Empire was like, yeah, we want to have more than better, and not to mention like, what did they have? They had like 25,000 Star Destroyers in total, didn't they, in the galaxy? With like what, two or three Executor class Super Star Destroyers? Yeah, plus Death Star. Yeah, plus Death Star. Yeah, and they got beaten by a ragtag group of rebels with nothing more than like hand me down ships and and a scrap and a scrappy attitude. Yeah. Well, who do you think would win in a fight then, guys? The Daedalus, a Venator, with a full complement of starfighters, yeah, or the Enterprise D, yeah. You only need the ship and what it has on it, yeah. Yeah, the easy answer would be the Daedalus because this is going to be destroyed by long-range phaser fire and photon torpedoes before even it can mass get close enough for its own cannons or get fighters out. It has to stay way back and let the fighters go. Yeah, but ship-to-ship combat doesn't stand a chance. Yeah. The Enterprise and the Daedalus would dogfight a little bit, firing phasers and Asgard beams, but I think the Asgard beams would weaken the Enterprise's shields before the phasers could defeat the Asgard shields. So Daedalus would win. Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm not biased. I'm just looking at like the facts. Yeah. The Eclipse class Superstar Destroyer had planet killers, and there were two of them. Were they canon though, the Eclipses? Because I know the Eclipses was in, I believe it's the Eclipse that was in Empire at War. It's the one like the Forces of the Corruption expansion. It's the one you have to fight. It's got the Death Star laser right on the front of the ship. Yeah, that thing was huge. So what we'll do, we'll let you guys get. I think there were 6 to 12 Superstar Destroyers. Yeah, there wasn't that many. There was, like I said, there's a handful of Superstar Destroyers, but like in Star Destroyers wise, they had 25,000. I'm pretty sure that was the number, and that doesn't include like the light cruisers, the frigates. What do you call the ones that were in the Clone Wars that had 4 TIE fighters on? Can't think what it was called. Yeah. Yes, the Eclipse are legends, so we don't know for definite if the Empire had them. All right, my cat's meowing. Hmm. Yeah, so what do you guys think on who would win in a fight between the Daedalus, Enterprise, and a Venator? And what we'll do is we'll wrap up after that. The Gazante. Thank you very much. God, I love you guys. You just helped me with the information. Yeah. It's like it's all up here. It's in here. It just doesn't always find its way out when I need it. Yeah, if you include every support ship in Star Wars for the Empire, they probably had millions of ships. Yeah, and that's not including starfighters. You had starfighters, then we're in like probably tens of millions. That's not been a bad stream for you guys. 2.5 hours. Yeah. But we're going to be ending the stream right here. So thank you all for watching me build the Lego Venator. And Neil's got a comment. I think the Dulles would take it. Enterprise D is a close second. Yes, this is my thoughts. I think it would depend on whose shields go down first. Yeah. Yeah, and the Gazanti was in season 2 of The Mandalorian. Yeah, I quite like the design of it in The Mandalorian. Yeah, it made it more realistic, like with the greebles, if you know what I mean by greebles. Yeah, because in Rebels it was kind of flat and plain with just a few panels, but like in Mandalorian they really made it look nice. Yeah, but yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so we're gonna end the stream here, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, Dragon and Neil, about Star Wars and just having a nice little chat while we are building this. I'll be turning this video into a time lapse for the channel, so if you want to see me be really quick with my hands doing this build, it's been a pleasure. And I've been your host, Dr. McKay. Thank you all for watching this live stream of today's Lego build. My next video will be out next week of, I don't know yet, I'll let you guys know. Thank you everyone, and until the next stream or video, I'll catch you all then. Cheers and have a good rest of your day. Thank you, Neil and Dragon, for keeping me company. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one. Bye.